Hey traders, let's take a moment to thank and feature one of our top sponsors, FX2 Funding. If you're looking to get funded, listen up. FX2 is offering traders the chance to trade with up to $200,000 in simulated capital and receive up to 85% of their results. If you're interested in getting started, use the link being dropped in the chat or the link down in the description below. If you pass the evaluation, you'll receive your feedback and gain access to your new account. FX2 allows traders access to a wide range of assets and allows traders to hold their trades over the weekend. FX2 is giving A1 Trading Show fans 15% off the evaluation fee if you use promo code A1Trading15. So if you'd like to learn more, again, use the link being dropped in the chat or the link down in the description below and use code A1Trading15 at checkout for a discount on any of their evaluations. Now back to the show.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another live stream. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope you're hanging in there with all these crazy market moves that we've been seeing recently. And as we usually do in this stream, we're going to be going through some markets that I'm watching, some setups, some ideas. We might even have some guests join us here today. So it is a busy day on the streams as we prepare for some of the bigger news events that are happening this week. You have FOMC on Wednesday, which is, of course, tomorrow. We have Jerome Powell stuff. And, of course, I've got to talk about my outfit here, guys. It is Halloween, after all. And I can show you my outfit here. I'm an astronaut. So we're blasting off here to space. But yeah, went for the astronaut look this year. It was my wife was actually, we went out this weekend and she was an alien and I was the astronaut. So it worked out well. And let's just hope that some of these charts can go to the moon. After all, that is what astronauts are trying to do, right? Anyways, happy Halloween to anybody who celebrate it. We are big Halloween spooky themed stream this whole month. I guess we've been waiting for this moment. So good to have everybody here. Anyways, let's talk about some setups. Let's talk a little bit about the DXY here for starters. The dollar index still coming down, putting in some lower lows, lower highs here on the 4-hour chart. A little bit of concerningness there, right? A little bit of a pullback here in what has overall been a consolidation period, right? So the dollar index has been in this really nice upward move with all the, the yields rising dramatically. We saw the 10-year up. We saw, across the board, a lot of dollar bullish stuff going on, right? Concerns about further rate hikes, or more specifically, rates that remain high for a longer period of time. That's driven the dollar higher and made it very, very strong. Then you get into this period recently, which has been a sideways kind of correction by time, if you will, right? We've just been back and forth on the US dollar. And so if we zoom in back here again, my thought process, I thought we would be just a clean sweep up back to the highs this week. We have not quite seen that just yet, but it's early. It's early in the week because what we have is, of course, we have FOMC, which is commentary from the Fed tomorrow. That is set to be definitely market moving. And so we'll have to watch that. In terms of the dollar bulls, I think bulls are going to stay strong in this area around 105.6, as long as, of course, we don't get anything devastating to the dollar bullish camp, which would, of course, be something along the lines of, we see rates, if expectations come out that rates are going to get cut sooner, or that the Fed is detected to be more dovish, those things could cause a weaker dollar going into this FOMC meeting, which, of course, we'll have full coverage for tomorrow. We have a long stream planned tomorrow. It should be a fun time. And just a heads up, if you guys would like to join us on that super epic long stream tomorrow, make sure to subscribe and hit that thumbs up button. Also, if you
All right, folks, hope you can hear me. Believe it or not, the guy outside is working on the internet when everyone's getting into the office. Doesn't make much sense, but we knew this was going to happen. We were prepped for this one. So, yeah. Nick just blasted off into space. Yeah, he's back.
All right, I'm back.
All right.
Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, I don't understand it. You know, internet companies, you would think that they would do their work outside of office hours, but sometimes Comcast just has not been the best for us. But we're back. So, anyways, what I was saying again, dollar index overall, it's sitting at a longer term support level down here at 105.6. The question will be, however, if something changes in the story to get us to break out to the other direction, we'll have to be aware of that. I'm not necessarily saying the dollar is bullish from here. I'm just saying I'm kind of in the, cautious camp. Overall, I'm still bullish USD. I think that, price should remain supported here. And the idea for this is that, again, the US economy is incredibly, incredibly strong. And comparing it to other places, for example, perhaps like Europe, right? I just think the idea of dollar bullishness against the euro still is intact. So off the daily chart, you could make an argument for this area of resistance, though you have to be a bit careful. Like I said, you have Fed commentary coming out tomorrow. So, be very cautious as you watch these, as these events kind of unfold. Anyways, that's the euro sitting at resistance here. If you're a bull in the euro, watch for a breakout. If you see something change, like I said with the dollar, if something changes in the story and we get more dollar bearishness coming in, remain flexible, remain adaptable. For me right now, we're still intact to be on the dollar bullish side of things. I'm bullish dollar CAD. I actually have a position on dollar CAD. And then we have dollar yen, which, by the way, dollar yen, guys, I don't know if you saw this, dollar yen popped here this morning, right back and above that 150 mark. This is a pretty big deal, all things considered. You take a look at the 149 level, held beautifully for the bulls. And this is, guys, this is a break back into this questionable zone of 150. Now, I've made this point before, and I apologize if you're hearing me say it over and over, but the Bank of Japan has been pretty clear. They don't like the currency exchange rate up in these areas. Many times, the last time we were up in this many months ago, the Bank of Japan began a large process of buying their own currency, essentially, to strengthen it. I'm sorry, buying their own bonds to strengthen their currency. And that caused the dollar yen to drop tremendously. However, that dollar is still looking very, very strong. And with this candle here today, is this what bulls have been looking for the breakout? Again, you've got this longer term upward trend. We're back up to the top of that range of that trend. And the question will be, hey, can we get something that gives us some new bullish perspective? Again, you're still kind of at this level of resistance. If you're taking a look at this area, we probably need to see this candle close decisively, right? So if we close like this today, dollar strength comes in against that Japanese yen, or in this case specifically, it is yen weakness. You've got euro yen down here today, euro yen up today, dollar yen up today, which would signal that the yen crosses are moving higher because of a weaker yen. So the question then becomes, with that, if we can get that break, that starts to form a story where I think you get fresh buying that could get us out of this kind of wavy consolidation phase that we've been in. So I'm watching dollar yen pretty closely. It is an interesting one on my watch list. We do get a nice confirmation from the COT data, which shows us institutional money is still very much on the long side of the dollar. I'll pull that up for us so we can take a closer look. And if there's any lag in my load time, please bear with me. I'm working off my hotspot now because of the internet troubles that we're having in our area due to the maintenance that they're doing. The net institutional positioning is still showing overall, the yen is a very, very percentage-wise, it is dramatically bearish, okay? Institutional money is short biased heavily. They have short positions, sell positions, and incredibly bearish sentiment overall. This is not your average trader. These are the pros. The pros are bearish yen, and they have been for quite some time. They've been making money hand over fist with this yen short. They have been overall net short on yen and net bullish on dollar. So if I'm looking at the dollar yen and I can have a closer look at the institutional positionings here, I'm going to find myself more interested in wanting to be long USD, short Japanese yen based on what the pros are doing. Is that a guarantee that that's going to immediately go into profit? No, there's no guarantees in markets. They're very, very difficult. But having more data and information can equip you with a better probabilistic approach to the markets. And that's all you can do to increase your likelihood of making money. Anyways, the Japanese yen overall had some bearish pressure on the COT data. And in terms of USD, it had a bullish week to week change. This, by the way, guys, this is the latest filing on the COT data. This table down here will show you the biggest moves. So please feel free to pause the live stream if you'd like to and take a look at your favorite things. If you're somebody who trades gold, well, good news. If you're a bull, it had a huge uptick in bullishness from institutional money. Same with the S&P 500, which is trading higher here so far this week. We'll see if we can hold on to those gains. Bonds traded higher. The Dow traded higher. Silver also traded higher. I'm sorry, not traded higher, but rather institutional flow was very bullish for these assets. Okay. So big bullishness on those assets. And you take a look at the other side of the coin and you say, okay, GBP, NAS, Kiwi, the Nikkei, all of these had a lot of bearish flow, a lot of bearishness on these charts. Okay. So that is what the pros are doing and why it matters. Okay. All right. So guys, we have news coming in. Let's take a closer look and see what we've got in terms of employment cost index. 1.1% came out here. Let's see if that has any significant impact on the markets. This is not necessarily the largest news, which is, as you can see, it's not massively moving the charts by any means, but a little bit of a pop on the dollar here. This is the 5-minute chart, so nothing too dramatic. But in terms of what we see here, we've got GDP for CAD came out lesser so than expected, 1.1% in terms of employment cost index quarter over quarter. In case we're not familiar with what this is, again, let's hope my internet doesn't die on me. There it goes. So we have in terms of, again, guys, I apologize for the internet. I am working off a hotspot, which is definitely not ideal while we deal with this internet outage. Hold on. Oh, yep. Okay. Just a bit slow. Anyways, as I was saying, employment cost index, change in the price businesses and the government pay for civilian labor. Okay. So there you have it. Dollar index trading up just a bit here off of that number. Gold, let's take a quick look and see what's going on with the gold market here. Gold trading higher, upward trend overall. Still intact here. I think, bulls remain in control as long as we hold this 1993 area, let's call it. Bulls have done a very, very solid job at continuously making gains and holding those gains in terms of price action. So you can see each time, we established this new structure, like right here, each time we went back to test it, the bulls were able to hold control and make do with it, right? And the same thing happened here where you had this big pop above and again, bulls were able to hold their gains. Okay, so same thing right now. It seems that bulls are still able to hold their gains on gold, which gives you a short-term bullish price action. Momentum favors the bulls here. This is a 4-hour chart. So whether you're a day trader or a swing trader, I think right now the path of least resistance is for gold to continue to push higher. There is some global concerns, of course, that we've talked about at length here on the show. We've talked about the Israel and Palestine conflict. We've talked about Ukraine and Russia for years, right? At this point, well, not years, but over a year. It's been quite some time that we've continued to keep an eye on that situation. And again, gold trades largely off of fear. The big moves in gold usually happen to be when there are major times of concerns in markets. Anyways, guys, I do want to say something. We do have something really exciting that we talked about yesterday, which is the new EDGEFINDER Smart Alerts. And if you are an EDGEFINDER user, I just want to let you know that we're giving early access to people who are EDGEFINDER Pro users. If you're somebody who uses our software, I know a lot of you guys use our COT data, use our retail sentiment, use the algorithm that generates trade ideas and things like that from the EDGEFINDER. If you're an EDGEFINDER user, let's say this. Why call him a clown? I'm not a clown. I'm an astronaut. But maybe next year I will be a clown. That could be a good, a clown outfit. That would actually be kind of hilarious. You would not be the first one or the last one to call me a clown in my comment section. And if you think it has effect on me, oh, I've just been on social media for too long. It's actually kind of scary how desensitized. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. You guys know what I mean. Being on social media and getting comments for so long. I mean, I've done this since 2018. People have thrown the book at me, and my wife still loves me. So you know what? That's all good. Anyways, what I was saying about the EDGEFINDER Smart Alerts, if you're somebody who would like to get the alerts from the EDGEFINDER, we have COT report data, we have score flips, we have top setups being generated. These alerts are now live in our Discord. And if you're not already, if you're an EDGEFINDER user and you'd like access to these, here's how you can get access. Message me right here in the chat. Well, not me, but message our team here in the chat. Someone from our team will hook you up with early access to the EDGEFINDER Smart Alerts that are dropping November 1st. If you would like EDGEFINDER access, like I said, early on, all you got to do is shoot us that message and you can upgrade, get that EDGEFINDER Smart Alert package that we just finished building. Again, we've spent about a month and a half developing, programming, and building these alerts that go from the EDGEFINDER all the way over to Discord and shoots out an alert for people who are subscribed. So really useful new feature. We've had a blowout of a response so far from you guys who are EDGEFINDER users. We're really excited to hear that so many people are as excited as we are to get those notifications going. But again, what I can show you, like, here's a little teaser. So the top setups window. So this morning, the way to read this is that this morning we got an Aussie yen bullish signal. Let's go take a look at Aussie yen and see what that alert has done since. And there you go. Aussie yen gave an alert several hours ago to be more on the bullish camp of Aussie yen. And again, there is your alert. What happened is retail sentiment got bearish. This is really interesting, giving us a bullish reading. So retail went short, and just then the market continued to explode higher. And anyways, we also have Euro CAD giving us a bullish signal. You have, so again, you're getting these alerts now from the EDGEFINDER if you do have the EDGEFINDER Smart Alerts. Again, if you would like early access to that, that drops tonight at midnight. If you're an EDGEFINDER user, message us right now. Get access to those EDGEFINDER Smart Alerts, and we'll hook you up with early access so that you can get in on the action there. Again, back to gold for just a moment. I mentioned the strength of the bulls has definitely been impressive. I think the next level, if you're a momentum or a breakout trader, you're obviously watching this 2005 level to see if we can get back above it. But if you're more of just a pullback trader, again, I think this area looks still strong. So if you get a pullback into 1992, 1993, my opinion, gold is in momentum to the upside. Path of least resistance is a push through the highs. Okay. Don't worry about me, Romario. I appreciate you, but really don't worry about me. Like that's all you got. That's what I'm saying in terms of the insulting comments. If I genuinely, it's fine. It is not the first one. And honestly, a clown outfit would be kind of hilarious because again, I don't know if the haters would love it or if they would hate it, right? Would they be mad that I lean into their joke, or would they be happy? Or I don't know. Maybe next year we'll find out. That's a hilarious costume because the haters would go wild. Anyways, I do want to talk briefly, guys, about the S&P 500. This has actually, you know what? I want to talk about the Dow. Many people should be watching this. If you're an index trader, this is a bit of a red flag. Now, let me say clearly, I am not a bear on the Dow, the NASDAQ, or the S&P. In fact, I'm more of a bull. But there is a very hard to deny level of resistance that we have here at the 33,000 level. For Dow traders, again, we formed this low, and when this low fell out, the market fell apart from there. Well, we had a really strong day yesterday as we pull back into that 33,000, which lines up with the 38.2% retracement, though. I'm a little cautious, right? And again, this doesn't mean that we're necessarily just driving back down to the lows, but you have to watch this reaction of this candle, because if this candle closes like this today, guys, that keeps me very cautious. In fact, what I mean by that is I'm not shorting it. I'm not looking to short it, But if you were a bear, this is a bearish technical setup, right? You have a breakdown lower of that support zone, a pullback into this 33,000 level. And the question will be, if sellers wanted to take it here, this would probably be where they act. So we'll be very interested to see. NAS100, yeah, let's take a quick look at NAS. So NASDAQ, I have been very, very patient on NASDAQ. I've also been very wrong on the NASDAQ recently. I tried to buy it here, did not work out at all. You can see it clearly fell apart. And now the question is there another opportunity to try and buy it? And honestly, I do like the odds of a NASDAQ rally from here. To be completely honest, I think we do see a push back up into the top of this range at the very least. And even if it's just a short-term trade, if we get price action in lower timeframes that meets my criteria, I will potentially look for a long setup. But I'd also like to see some positive factors on the EDGEFINDER. Now, what I do like is take a look here. You got a nice S&P 500 bullish tick in terms of COT data. This is what pros are doing. Pros bought S&P and gold last week. And so I am looking at that with a close eye here today. So NASDAQ, again, bottom of this channel. I think you do have some sort of a bounce coming here in November. I've mentioned that many times. We'll see if I can find my entry. And again, I'm going to be trying to stay patient on that. May look for trades there this afternoon. If I take a trade on the NASDAQ, you guys will see all of that notification inside of our Discord channel, which again, you can see all of our forex trades, indices trades, metals trades, stock trades. And I'm saying ours because Frank and I both present our trades in full detail inside of the Discord community. If you'd like to join the Discord, there is a free version that we can drop here in the chat. If you'd like access to that, click the link that's in the chat. And yeah, we'll get you hooked up with the Discord access if that's something that you're interested in. You can also sign up if you'd like to get access to the paid alerts, which include our trade alerts. And like I said, if you're an EDGEFINDER user, please message us about the EDGEFINDER Smart Alerts that drop tonight at midnight. Actually, I guess that's tomorrow at midnight, right? Because it's the start of a new day. Basically, November 1st, the EDGEFINDER Smart Alerts will be dropping everywhere for people who would like to pick up these notifications from the EDGEFINDER, and they are going to be almost half off before the price goes to its full value. So early access really is going to get you that super discounted rate. And if you do message us, like I said, you get that sweet deal before anybody else does. So there you go. Okay, let's keep going. In terms of markets to watch here today, like I said, I like NASDAQ potentially. I also have dollar CAD longs. So let me show you guys my trade that is in the VIP right now. So let me, I figured maybe I'll give you a sample here of what we do inside of the group. So I bought dollar CAD yesterday. My thesis here is that oil prices are moving lower and could have negative impacts on the CAD. As they're large exporters of oil, of course, it's in a nice overall uptrend, as you can see in my quoted chart. Stop loss just below market structure. And we are currently in profit on that. So a nice dollar CAD trade that seems to be running hot here this morning. Shout out to anybody else. I know somebody in the chat this morning told me they caught an even better entry than I did. So, oh yeah, here we go. So RJB, shout out to you, my friend. Caught USD CAD at 1.3817. That is a better entry than I did. So congrats on that. And again, that's kind of a, I actually wonder, what is oil doing here today? Oil not doing a whole lot. So dollar CAD possibly trading a little bit on that. Is the dollar strengthening here? Let's take a quick look and see what's going on. Yeah, the dollar's popping back with some of this news here this morning. Perhaps employment cost index doing a little bit more than I thought it would. Dollar index up. And that's putting NASDAQ back into the red. And I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. This might set me up for a trade here today. Again, like I said, members in the Discord, keep a close eye. I will be looking for that NAS trade. I'm not sure if it's going to be NAS or S&P. I haven't decided just yet. I've got to do a little bit of research off camera to decide what I'd like to do. But I do like the idea of getting long indices going into November. And if I do that, you guys will get that notification in the group. What do you think about UJ? Good question. UJ, bullish, still bullish. And actually love what we're seeing here today, guys. Here's your 1 hour chart. And just a second, guys, I know yen crosses are interesting, and I know somebody who can help us out with that. He's in the room. We've got Tom coming in just a moment to help us with some of these yen movements. Again, dollar yen breaking out higher here. Wonderful price action to the upside here today. If you're a dollar yen bull, congratulations. If you're a yen bear across the board, then congratulations. Whether you're trading Kiwi yen, Euro yen, dollar yen, Aussie yen, which was again, and again, I know this sounds like a plug, but I'm excited to see this. Look at this. The Edge Finder this morning gave you an early signal on Aussie yen. Yes, the Edge Finder, totally automated, no human interaction, shot out a Discord DM to everyone who has Edge Finder smart alerts and said, hey, Aussie yen just entered a strong bullish setup. And boom, the yen crosses ran. Love to see it. And again, get access to these if you're an Edge Finder Pro user by shooting us a direct message right now. And in just a second, we're going to have Tom join us to go over some of these yen crosses. I know he can help us with that. So here comes Tom just after this sponsor break.
Attention A1 Trading Show fans. If you're interested in getting free access to the Edge Finder or our premium trade alerts, listen up. For a limited time, our show's partnered broker 8cap is giving out free access to our products when you sign up for a new trading account with them. If you already have a broker, you may want to consider switching to 8cap because of their low trading costs, a wide range of trading assets, and their amazing customer support. If you'd like to get access to our software and Discord server for free, click the link being dropped in the chat right now and ask one of our team members for more information. Don't miss your chance for free products and an award-winning broker. Now back to the A1 Trading Show.
All right, and we are back with Tom. Hey Tom, how you doing?
Yeah, morning Nick. Good, thanks. Happy Halloween.
Yeah, I've got my space suit on, Tom, and perfect timing because these yen crosses are going to the moon. Tom, what's your take on the yen movements today? You got any bullish setups that you're looking at, or are you a bear? What do you think?
Yen, no setups on yen today. They've been a bit. I mean, if let's start with pound yen. Yeah, it's just they find themselves in a. I mean, this is the weekly chart. Let's start with the daily chart, and pound yen is just a little bit untradeable for me at the moment. It's just in this range. So I was just looking at a few yen pairs as soon as you mentioned it. For pound yen, I'd need a break either way to start potentially trading this. We just find ourselves in a range. Euro yen is interesting because will this weekly break continue? And looking at the day chart, obviously we're seeing a lot of yen weakness. And it'll be interesting to see if this candle holds above these weekly highs. But even if we do get a break of the weekly highs, I will still wait for the end of this week. Yeah, so I will look at this weekly candle, and if this candle finishes above these highs, then I'm interested in euro yen, potentially a few other yen pairs. But if this weekly level holds, which it keeps doing, yeah, then it may be a very different story on the yen pairs. So, not to be on the fence with the yen pairs, but I'm just not seeing many setups for me. CAD yen, if we look at the day chart, if anything, this was breaking down CAD yen. Again, this is a weekly level. And ever since we've, hit this weekly level, it's been breaking down. So again, it'll be interesting to see, what it does in here. Will it continue with this downtrend, or will we see it push higher? So there's not a clear direction for me with the yen pairs. And anyone who's trading yen pairs at the moment, you've constantly got, BOJ intervention in the back of your head. Will they? Won't they? I mean, obviously you can't trade. Sure. With that in the back of your mind. But yeah, I'm not seeing a clear direction for me with yen pairs.
No, Tom, you're making me proud with the fundamentals nod there with the Bank of Japan. I do have another one for you to take a look at. That dollar CAD that I am in. I've got a bullish setup. I've got this support zone, as you can see on my screen here. But I'd love to get your thoughts in terms of dollar CAD, or more broadly speaking, You could take a look at dollar CAD, but I'd love to just get your thoughts. What's, finger on the pulse of the dollar right now? Do you think the dollar, as we've got all of this, again, we've got Fed speak tomorrow and we've got jobs numbers on Friday. We're going into probably one of the most loaded 3 days. Tom, I know you're joining us for tomorrow's 6-hour stream, which I am thankful to have your help with us. I know we're glad to have you help out with that. But yeah, what's your thoughts on dollar CAD and the US dollar?
So the dollar in general, guys, is a funny one, because which I'll look at in a minute. I wanted to buy euro US dollar at the start of the day, which would suggest US dollar weakness, and I wanted to short Aussie dollar US dollar at the start of the day, which would suggest US dollar strength. So, straight away we're in a slightly conflicting, realm, with the US dollar, and it's reflected in the dollar index, guys. So, we know dollar has been super strong, and then it's just sort of found this level, and it's a case of will it, won't it? It's these levels here, will it break down? Will it continue higher? And again, but I don't mean to sit on the fence with yen and dollar. I need to see a movement in one direction or the other, really. And if
Tom,
I go back,
I think that's fair, because I just to point this out, as we just mentioned, how loaded the coming days are. I know Miko and Marco, who come on the show, you may be familiar, you may have crossed paths with them in the past. Miko and Marco, both purely technical traders like yourself. They focus very heavily on that. And same thing. They understand, obviously, they still need fundamentals from the sense of perhaps creating market direction, not necessarily digesting every piece of economic data, which I can respect, just the understanding of, well, hey, here's where we need to pay attention to fundamentals, being aware that they can drive the market, and then perhaps from the technical perspective, give you a bit of clarity. So I don't think it's a bad idea for a lot of traders who are in this audience listening, or from yourself's perspective, Tom, is to say, hey, a lot of these charts are ranging. A lot of these charts are trying to make up their mind, and they're going to make up their mind more decisively on these decisive events that we have coming up. At the end of the week, we have NFP, and that jobs number is likely to give us some sort of decisive price action. Unless it's very uninteresting. But again, you have the luxury as a technical trader to say, well, if that news creates a strong green candle or a strong red candle and gets us to move one way or the other, then perhaps there's some opportunities. Would you say that's fair? Especially, again, like you said, you've got yen and dollar both kind of neutral and watching. Maybe lay out for the dollar or for the yen, Tom, what you would be looking for to give you that decision, right? So what would you be looking for to change that into, oh, now I'm bullish or now I'm bearish?
Yeah, and exactly what you said, Nick. So, I'm purely a technical analyst, and that's what I'm looking for. But it gets to a point with with the US dollar, with the yen, you need news, because otherwise it's just constantly in this sideways funk, and it can't get out of it. It needs news to drive it one way or the other, exactly as you said. And I don't like them news days. When you've got you've got GDP in the morning, you've got some PMI in the afternoon, you've got an interest rate in the evening. You almost can't trade, some days. But you need those days to make the markets move. So, it's a bit of a catch-22, really. We need the news, but it prevents us from trading sometimes. But exactly this on the dollar index, it's in this range. And I if it starts breaking out this side, then, dollar strength is back. And if it starts breaking this level, then, we can expect dollar weakness. We could see a situation where the news, is as expected, and it carries on, in this range. It might be the next, pieces of news that come out. But yeah, for me, a break either way of this range, and nice. It's the same with some of the yen pairs. I just need a direction to become clear,
Yeah. Well, and Tom, what I like about what you just did there, again, some people might point, again, especially new traders. New traders might look at what you just said there, Tom, and say, "Oh, well, Tom, you just covered your bases. You just said if it goes up, bullish; if it goes down, bearish." But let me offer you another perspective here. What Tom just illustrated is more important than what you know. What Tom just did is he illustrated a game plan. He illustrated, and I actually very much agree. I think for those of you guys who have been sticking around today on the show, you probably heard me do something similar with the dollar index. It's not being, scared to make a call. It's being prepped to be open to what could happen either direction. We don't know the news. None of us are fortune tellers, right? We don't know what Jerome Powell is going to say ahead of time. And if you have somebody on social, if you have somebody on your social media line who's telling you, "Oh, it is certainly going to do this, or it's certainly going to do this," please unfollow them, because nobody knows with certainty what the price action is going to do. What you got to wait for is, again, take Tom's game plan there. I'm in the same camp on the dollar index. We've got this clear channel. Take this as a game plan. Our bias, whether right or wrong, we could be wrong, full transparency. Our bias generally is this: we've got a range. If we get something that is decisive from Jerome Powell or the jobs numbers on Friday that changes the dynamic enough to break us out, the game plan is wait for breakouts and look for opportunities on pullbacks. At least that's mine. I don't want to speak for Tom, but again, same concept. Game plan is more important than, "Oh, buy this right now," right? Because that doesn't do anything for you. Understanding the logic that Tom is laying out, or myself that we're laying out. Traders need game plans. You have to be able to plan ahead to find trading opportunities. You can't just wake up one morning and like a junkie, just like grab at trades to take immediately. You've got to have a plan. So, Tom, I think you laid it out very well for us. I want to thank you for that.
Yeah, and also, Nick, on that point, I don't want to be in that range. When basically what is happening here is a fight between buyers and sellers. So
Yep.
if somebody you have such a strong argument for buyers, you have an equal argument for sells, and I don't want to be in a trade where there is debate or conflict. If
Sure.
I want people to say, they look at the dollar index and they say that is clearly in an uptrend, let's buy it. Everyone wants to buy it. Yeah. Or everyone thinks it's a sell. I do not want to be in a fight between buyers and sellers. That is a terrible place to be. Yeah. Let one of them win. And basically I jump in on that. It's as simple as that, really.
Yep, that's fair. No, thank you for that, Tom. And again, I mentioned this earlier. In case you didn't hear, tomorrow, guys, we are doing a super long stream. Chandler and James and Tom and myself, we are all going to be putting in work together tomorrow to give everyone who is here a day-long event where we essentially are going to be going all the way from the ADP jobs numbers in the morning tomorrow all the way through the day to when Jerome Powell does his speech. We're going to be bringing on guests all over the place. Tom, we've got you coming on. That's going to be wonderful to hear your technical setups before the big Jerome Powell stuff. So, Tom, we'll see you tomorrow. But before we go, just everybody who's in the chat here right now, make sure to go subscribe to Tom. He does wonderful technical analysis. If you're looking for more technicals, if you liked the way that Tom laid out his game plan, I highly recommend that you get him on your YouTube subscriptions so you can keep up with him. Tom, thank you very much for coming on, and we will see you back tomorrow.
Cheers, Nick. See you tomorrow, mate. See ya.
See ya. Yeah, and guys, like I said, 6-hour stream tomorrow. We've never done that before. I'm a little bit scared because, as you guys can probably imagine, it's like public speaking, so it's exhausting, and I'm not nervous by it anymore. But it is taxing, and to help me along the way, we have a full roster of wonderful analysts and guests coming onto the show to get you guys prepped for tomorrow. I just want to say something. We work really hard on these streams behind the scenes, not just myself, but the producers that make these show possibles, and all the branding and the stream themes and the promotions and the freebies and things that we put together. We do a lot of work for it. If you guys enjoy the shows, it is free to watch here. We will keep it free forever. But I do want to just ask you a favor. If you guys could just hit that thumbs up button. Let's see if we can hit kind of a fresh high in terms of likes on the stream. It really would help out just to support the stream. And again, just another public announcement about the EDGEFINDER smart alerts that have just come out. They are available at midnight tonight. They gave you an Aussie yen trade alert this morning. Again, top setups trades, the COT report data gets shot to your Discord. If you'd like notifications from the EDGEFINDER to your Discord with some really vital information day to day, here's how you can get access. We've got a link in the chat right now. If you click this link, you can message a support rep here at A1 Trading who will hook you up with early access details and the super discounted early access rate to get access to these alerts in your Discord. So click this link here. This will take you to a direct message center. Just let them know. Again, this comes with the early access. So even if you don't plan on purchasing it, if you would just like some more information about what is coming, early access, you can just chat now. Click the EDGEFINDER Smart Alerts Early Access link, and then start chat, and someone from our team will give you the early access details so that you can make a decision if you'd like to get access to our new feature. Thank you guys very much for tuning into today's show. Hope it was valuable to you, and I hope you all have a wonderful trading day, and we will see you back tomorrow for that super stream going 6 hours for FOMC. See you guys next time. Have a great day.
Before you disappear, one lucky person who joins the free Discord will win an upgrade to the VIP Discord for the rest of your mortal life. The VIP Discord features Nick and Frank's trade updates and analysis,
live webinars, chat rooms with traders from all around the world, along with so much more.
Click the link being dropped in the chat to secure your spot in the free Discord, and maybe you'll be our upgrade winner. We're dying to meet you.